Timmy, welcome to another video, and today we're actually going to talk about a show that I really liked from last year that did not get as heck of enough coverage as it could have. X-Men 97 is a show that pretty much had the worst upbringing ever, but as soon as it came out, all that stuff in the beginning, all the drama, all the conservatives, all the everything, they disappeared because the show was good. So let me start off with a little timeline, and I'm not going to go by years, but I guess editing me might put it in years in this section right here. During this time, a lot of X-Men fans from the 90s were pretty much sad about Charles Xavier being left out of the end of the show. Oh yeah, I'm doing spoilers for the rest of this, so yeah. So in the end of X-Men, the original series, Charles Xavier gets hurt, he gets sick, he's all pretty much dead, and a random space lady takes him away. Sorry, I barely watched the last episode. You don't blame. What I did watch was the first season, the entirety of the first season, which was really good. The animation was alright. Just kidding, the animation was horrible. They had literally no budget. That didn't matter because the characters look cool and the story was good. It's something that a couple people couldn't do now. And that's kind of what people were scared of because Marvel actually ended up announcing X-Men getting a reboot. Not a reboot, a continuation? Oh, that's lit. At first, fans were kind of like ecstatic because your childhood show's coming back, and it's coming back soon on Disney Plus. So we're gonna buy 5 subscriptions to that and binge watch it when it comes out. Oh wait. A couple years pass of complete radio silence from the company. There's a little tweet here and a little video there, but there's not really a lot talking about X-Men 97 from the official guys. Just random leaker accounts and Marvel stats. But then the trailer drops. That's right, baby! The actors finished their lines and we finally got the trailer out, and it looked good. Yeah, there were those really weird people from all those years ago wondering why all the characters didn't look the same as they used to. When the first few episodes came out, I was literally pumped as heck when I finished the first two episodes. The show was actually kind of unironically funny and also regularly funny, and I liked that. Action, good. And when Cyclops jumped out of that plane, I was literally hyped up because that was the most aura that Scott Summers has had in a really long time. He's pretty much been turned into a loser until this show came out. Seriously, if you were a fan of those old X-Men movies from the 2000s, you would be surprised that Scott Summers was doing this in that cartoon that was based off of a kid show, and then in the movies, he was dying to a kiss. There was some points in the show where I kind of did just start yawning and start getting bored, but as soon as that stuff happened, I immediately stopped yawning because the show got interesting again. I love the show for that, because instead of just recasting everybody, they kept some of the cast from the original show, took out some of the people who were way too old or just dead, and recast Jubilee's voice actress because she wasn't actually Asian. People went, just keep the old actress. But no, they replaced her. I like the new actress, and I like the character, kind of, even though she wasn't really in the show that much. But she was still, enjoyable to watch, in the original show. And again, spoiler warning right here, you can probably skip to, I don't know, the end of the video if you don't want any more spoilers, because I'm about to get into spoiler territory. I did not like how they did Gambit in the show. They did Boy really dirty. So, Gambit is kind of one of the characters in X-Men that I like the most, because he's cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say in, retrospect. And this kind of brings me to one of the things I don't really like in the show. Because, you know how Rogue is? You know Rogue? Probably in her mid-30s. Hey guys, editing Josh here. Sorry for the bad lighting, but Rogue is actually in her mid-20s, so that's 50 times worse. Yeah, she ends up getting with Magneto, and if you're not an X-Men fan, I guess you're saved all that traumatization, but just look at the man's hair. But isn't he 90 years old? Kind of like if you went to Star Wars and told Yoda to start dating Ahsoka Tano from the first season of Clone Wars. And yeah, this is kind of an exaggeration, but that's kind of how it felt, because Rogue is established to be a young woman, and Magneto is established to be an old man. Surprising that part of the series didn't really get picked up that much on. Some people would say something here, a little bit of that there, but that wasn't really an aspect of the show that was really talking about much, and I kind of dislike that because, like, I don't think anyone wants to talk bad about the show because it's so good. And then, like, when it gets really good, you see another scene of Magneto trying to make out with Rogue. And, yeah, that's really uncomfortable to watch. I didn't really like the fact that Rogue ended up picking somebody's grandpa over a man her own age. But, hey, at least they could kiss and touch each other. They could kiss. Yeah, no, I'm not justifying this. No, it's nasty. And the only other thing I didn't really like about the show, which is considerably smaller than the Rogue Magneto romance, is the fact that Jiandro got really upset at Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, for thinking about the exact clone of his wife. Right after Jiandro ends up making out with Wolverine, the married woman. Yeah, I actually like the vocal performances. I like the character motivations. How Magneto was literally going to end the world and divide it between humans and mutants after all the stuff that was going through. The voice coach would be really helpful right now. It made sense after all the stuff Magneto was going through. Even him turning good in the beginning of the series couldn't keep him on the side of goodness because he still wants to avenge mutants. Mutants keep acting like losers. But yeah, if you want to see X-Men 97 and you ended up missing it last year, you can watch it now. It's on Disney+. Or you could just go on one of the sites on the 7 Seas. It's way easier that way. You don't have to pay $60. Instead, you can use our video sponsor, NordVPN. I'm just messing with you. Do it the legal way, please. So my dad won't get mad. Please. Yeah. Hope you guys watch the show. And Timmy's. What I gotta say for today. The beginning. Bye.